Let's be honest. The most dangerous thing about attraction isn't rejection, it's confusion. It's when a woman feels something for you but never says it. It's when her actions whisper what her words carefully hide. And if you don't know how to read it, you'll miss it completely. And here's the truth. No one tells you when a woman truly likes you. She doesn't act obvious. She acts different. Not louder, not desperate, different. Because attraction for her isn't just about what she says. It's about what she does when she thinks you're not paying attention. You've been trained to look for the wrong signals, big gestures, clear signs, direct validation, but real interest doesn't show up that way. Real interest is subtle, controlled, almost invisible. Unless you know exactly where to look, a woman who doesn't care about you is simple to understand. She's consistent in her distance, her energy stays flat, there's no emotional fluctuation, no hidden effort, no quiet pull toward you. She's either polite or indifferent. And that's it. But when she likes you, things start to shift in ways that don't make logical sense at first. She might pull away, then come closer. She might act calm, but her attention betray her. She might even pretend you don't matter while subconsciously reorganizing her behavior around you. And this is where most men fail. They expect attraction to look like approval. They expect her to reward them clearly. But when she doesn't, they assume she's not interested. They walk away right when things were just beginning. You see, when a woman genuinely likes you, she doesn't always move toward you directly. She tests the space between you. She observes. She calculates. She wants to feel something deeper than surface level excitement. She wants to feel certainty without, discover more, television and video, fun and trivia education risking her emotional control. So instead of obvious signals, she gives you patterns, small changes, subtle investments, tiny breaks in her usual behavior that only happen around you. And if you're not paying attention, you'll never notice them because they don't scream. They whisper. She'll start remembering things you said that didn't seem important. She'll adjust her tone when she talks to you compared to others. Her energy will feel slightly warmer, slightly softer, like she's letting her guard down, but only just enough. And here's the part that might unsettle you. She won't even realize she's doing it. Attraction isn't always conscious. It leaks out through behavior before it ever reaches words. And women are incredibly good at controlling what they say, but not always what they do repeatedly. That's your window. That's where the truth lives. But you have to be sharp enough to see it and patient enough not to ruin it, because if you rush it, if you demand clarity too soon, snorts if you try to force her to admit what she's still processing, she'll shut it down instantly. Not because she doesn't like you, but because you made it unsafe for her to feel it. So, instead of chasing answers, you start observing behavior. Instead of asking, does she like me? You start asking, how does she act differently around me? Because that's where everything changes. And once you understand this, you'll stop guessing and start seeing what was always right in front of you. The first thing a woman changes when she genuinely likes you isn't what she says, it's how she pays attention. Attention is the most honest currency she has. She can fake words. She can control expressions, but sustained intentional attention, that's almost impossible to fake over time. When a woman doesn't care, her focus is scattered. She listens just enough to respond, not enough to understand. Her eyes drift. Her mind moves faster than the conversation. You can feel it. That subtle disconnect, like you're talking at her, not with her. But when she likes you, something shifts. Her attention locks in. And I don't mean just eye contact. I mean presence. The kind of presence where you feel like the room fades slightly when you're speaking. She notices details most people ignore, the way you phrase things, the pauses in your voice, even the things you didn't fully say. She picks up on them. She becomes curious about you, but not in an obvious interrogating way. It's quieter than that. She asks questions that feel casual, but they're not random. They're targeted. They're designed to understand how you think, what drives you, what kind of man you really are beneath the surface. And here's the part most men overlook. She remembers not everything, but specific things, the kind of details that don't matter to someone who's not emotionally invested. Maybe you mentioned a goal in passing, and weeks later she brings it up again. Maybe you said something small about your preferences, and suddenly she adjusts around it without making a big deal. That's not coincidence, that's attention guided by interest. Because when a woman likes you, she starts building a mental map of you piece by piece, quietly without announcing it. And the more she pays attention, the more she starts to align herself with you in subtle ways. Her tone softens slightly when she talks to you compared to others. Her responses become a little more thoughtful, a little less reactive. Even her body language changes in ways she doesn't consciously control. She faces you more directly. She lingers just a second longer before breaking eye contact. There's a natural pull, like she's unintentionally drawn into your space. But here's where it gets deeper. She creates opportunities to keep that attention flowing. She extends conversations just a little longer than necessary. She responds faster than she normally would. Sometimes she'll even circle back to you, re-engaging without a clear reason, just to keep that connection alive. And she won't label it. She won't say, I like you, because saying it makes it real, and making it real introduces risk. So instead, she invests in attention, and if you're aware, you'll feel it. You'll notice that with her, conversations don't feel forced. They feel alive, like there's something underneath them that neither of you are fully addressing, but both of you can sense. And this is where you need to be careful, because most men, when they feel this shift, they get excited and then they overreach. They start pushing for validation. They try to confirm what they're feeling too early. And the moment you do that, you break the natural flow she was building, because attention grows attraction, but pressure kills it. So instead of rushing, you match her energy. You stay grounded, observant. You let her continue investing without demanding clarity, because when a woman willingly gives you her attention consistently, intentionally, and without being asked, she's already telling you something, just not in words. When a woman truly likes you, she starts breaking her own patterns, and she won't even admit it. Every woman has a rhythm, a way she moves through life, how fast she replies, how available she is, how much effort she gives. It's consistent, predictable, almost automatic until you show up, because when her feelings shift, her patterns don't stay intact, they bend. And this is one of the clearest signs most men completely miss. You see, when she's not interested, everything stays structured. She replies when it's convenient. She keeps conversations short. She maintains control over her time and energy without ever going out of her way. There's no disruption, no exception, no, but when she likes you, she starts making small exceptions. She can't logically justify she replies faster than she usually would. Even when she's busy, she finds time to talk. Even when she claims she had none, she might delay renting sometimes. Not because she forgot, but because she's thinking about what to say, how to say it, how it will land. And that hesitation, that extra thought, that's not indifference, that's investment. Her consistency becomes inconsistent in a very specific way, hot and cold, not because she's playing games, but because she's balancing interest with emotional control. She wants to move closer, but not too fast. She wants to engage, but not lose her position. So she adjusts. One day she's fully present, engaged, even playful. And the next she pulls back slightly, not disappearing, just recalibrating. And if you don't understand this, you'll misread it completely. You'll think she's losing interest when in reality she's managing it. Because attraction for her isn't just about feeling something. It's about not losing control while feeling it. So she creates space not to leave, but to stabilize. And here's the deeper layer most men never see. She starts prioritizing you in subtle ways, not publicly, not dramatically, but in her decisions. She'll adjust her schedule just enough to include you. She'll choose to respond to you first, even if others messaged earlier. She'll give you moments of her time that she normally protects, and she'll act like it's nothing, like it just happened, but it didn't. It was chosen, because when a woman likes you, she doesn't announce her effort. She hides it inside normal behavior. That's why it's so easy to overlook. And here's where you need to stay sharp. Don't punish her for the inconsistency. Don't chase harder when she pulls back. Don't question her too soon, because if you react emotionally to her shifts, you become unstable in her eyes, and instability kills attraction faster than anything. Instead, you remain steady, unaffected by the fluctuations, grounded in your own rhythm, because when she sees that her slight pullbacks don't shake you, she relaxes. She stops testing the emotional space, and she leans in more naturally, because now you've proven something without saying a word that you're not controlled by her behavior. And that's what allows her to feel safe enough to show more of it. Because the moment she realizes you can handle her inconsistency without losing yourself, her patterns don't just bend anymore. They start aligning with you. The next sign is the one that shakes most men to their core, because it's almost invisible. But it screams truth if you know how to listen. When a woman likes you, she mirrors you. Not in the obvious, cheesy way you see in movies, but in the subtle, unconscious way that betray her feelings before she even admits them to herself. Mirroring is her way of saying, I notice you. I'm connected to you. I want to feel what you feel. It's not mimicry, it's alignment, and it's instinctual. Notice how she matches your gestures, your energy, your speech patterns without thinking about it. If you lean back, she leans back. If you laugh softly, she mirrors your tone. If you slow your pace, she slows hers. These aren't coincidences, they're signals of her internal attunement to you. And here's why it's so potent. Mirroring creates comfort, it lowers her guard. It makes her feel safe around you while simultaneously pulling her closer emotionally. She doesn't even know she's doing it consciously, but her body, her expressions, her rhythm, they all betray her interest before her words ever can. The dangerous part for men is reading it too late. Most notice mirroring, if at all, only after the fact and dismiss it as friendly behavior. But alignment like this, repeated over time, is rare. It doesn't happen with everyone. It only happens when a woman is genuinely invested in understanding and connecting with you. And it's not just physical, she starts mirroring emotionally too. If you're playful, she laughs a little harder. If you're serious, she softens her tone, matching your mood. If you express curiosity, she leans into learning alongside you. Her emotional wavelength starts syncing with yours, almost like she's calibrating herself to your frequency. And when she does this, it's almost intoxicating without you realizing it. You feel seen. You feel understood. You feel something shifting, but you can't quite put your finger on it. But notice this carefully. Mirroring isn't manipulative when it's genuine. It's instinctual. When it's conscious, it can be used to manipulate. But when she likes you, it happens naturally, unconsciously, and repeatedly. That repetition is the proof, so pay attention. Watch her gestures, watch her tone, watch how she responds to your energy. Does she subtly sync with you over and over, even when she doesn't have to? That's one of the most powerful signs that she's not just interested, she's connecting to you on a deeper level, and the most important part, she will do this even before she's ready to admit anything to herself. That's how strong it is. The mirroring starts before the confession, before the clarity, before any labels. And if you see it, you're seeing the truth no one else notices. Because attraction isn't about words, it's about alignment. And when she aligns, even unconsciously, she's already letting you in. This is the moment most men fail. They chase clarity too soon. They demand words. They force labels, and she retreats. But if you stay observant, patient, and grounded, that alignment grows. And her feelings become impossible to hide. The most dangerous, the most telling signal of all isn't something she says or even how she moves. It's what she shares, not in grand declarations, but in the pieces of her world she decides you deserve to see. When a woman likes you, she lets you in slowly, carefully. Not everyone gets this access, not everyone earns it. It's her way of testing if you can handle her complexity, if you can handle her reality, and if you're worth the emotional energy she's about to invest. She'll share her thoughts, her frustrations, even her insecurities, things she usually guards fiercely. But with you, she takes calculated risks. She shows you the layers she keeps hidden from the world. And here's the critical part: the more she shares, the more she trusts you. Trust is the invisible thread that connects attraction to deeper connection. Without it, interest remains surface level. And it's not just emotional exposure. She'll share her time, her space, and her attention in ways that feel natural but are deeply revealing. She might let you see her life in moments most people never know. Her favorite routines, the quirks she hides from casual friends, the soft spots she usually protects. Notice how she lets you hear her laugh without restraint. Notice how she lets her guard drop in ways she doesn't with anyone else. That's the difference between friendly and interested. She's testing, yes, but she's also giving. And giving in this context is the ultimate form of attraction. Here's where men often misread it. They see sharing and they assume it's casual or harmless, but it's never casual. Every piece she reveals is intentional, whether she fully knows it or not. It's a glimpse into her inner world, and she doesn't give those glimpses lightly. And the subtle genius of this behavior is that it's wrapped in normally. She won't announce it. She won't tell you she's opening up. She just does. And if you're tuned in, you'll notice that these moments happen more with you than anyone else. That's your signal. She may also test your reactions quietly. She shares to see if you can respond with stability, empathy, and understanding. If you react poorly, she'll retreat. If you respond well, she'll give more. It's a slow calibration of trust and compatibility in. It's how she separates fleeting interest from genuine connection. So when you notice that she's showing you parts of her world no one else sees, consider it a rare form of validation. She likes you, she's drawn to you. She's testing not just your attention, but your capacity to receive her fully without judgment. And here's the kicker: the deeper she opens up, the more emotionally invested she already is long before she ever says the words. That's why you need to pay attention to what she shares, not what she says. Words are cheap. Access is priceless because at the end of the day, the woman who lets you in, even in small ways, is telling you, I trust you. I'm drawn to you. You matter. And if you honor that access, you don't need her words. You already have the truth, the final, most unmistakable sign a woman likes you isn't in attention, mirroring, or sharing alone. It's how she prioritizes you without you asking. This isn't about grand gestures or social media proof. It's quiet, subtle, and almost impossible to fake over time. It's the proof that she's emotionally investing, and you'll feel it before she ever admits it. When she likes you, her actions start bending reality around you. Her schedule shifts, not dramatically, but enough to create space for you. She remembers commitments you made. She notices the little things that matter to you, and she subtly weaves you into her plans. The important part, she does this consistently, not sporadically. You'll notice patterns in how she responds. She reaches out when she doesn't have to. She follows up on things you've shared in the past. She checks in when others might not. And these aren't calculated manipulations. They're natural extensions of her attraction. And here's the psychological truth most men miss. She prioritizes not because she feels obliged, but because your presence excites her emotional system. It triggers dopamine, warmth, curiosities, subconsciously wants to be around you, to hear from you, to share space with you. The more she prioritizes you, the more she's emotionally engaged. You might even notice small sacrifices, things she gives up or delays without announcing it. Maybe she postpones other plans just to be available. Maybe she adjusts her schedule to match yours. These aren't coincidences. They're consistent indicators of her attraction. And the beautiful, dangerous part, she won't label it. She won't tell you she likes you. She won't announce that you're important. She'll let her actions speak because words are riskier and emotions are fragile. She's testing, calibrating, and protecting herself while still letting you feel the truth. Now, here's where men often sabotage themselves. They either dismiss these signs as trivial or they demand confirmation too soon. And the moment you demand clarity, you turn her careful investment into withdrawal. Attraction thrives in subtlety, in patience, and observation. So what do? You recognize it, you respect it, you match her energy without forcing labels, you absorb the signals, honor them, and let them deepen naturally, because when a woman truly prioritizes you without words, without pressure, without showmanship, it's one of the clearest signals she likes you. And when you combine this with attention, pattern shifts, mirroring, and sharing, you're no longer guessing. You're seeing the truth she can't fully admit yet. And here's the final challenge for you. Think about all the women in your life who gives you this attention, shares her inner world, mirrors you, bends her patterns, and prioritizes you without being asked. Take a moment, calculate it. Now, type your answer in the comments below. If you noticed at least one woman who does all of this, hit like, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear this truth. Because understanding female psychology isn't just about attraction, writers' resources.